Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone. Today we are in another session of related to real estate activities in UAE. And today we have our special guest, Mr. Muhammad Zahid Mukhtar. He is a finance controller also, but in addition, he is into very active into Toastmaster activities. If you have attended our last session, we have given little detail about what is Toastmaster and how it works. And to be more specific, Zahid Mukhtar is playing the role of VP membership in the Toastmaster of ICMA, Abu Dhabi, or you can say UAE. Welcome, Mohammed Zahid. Assalamu
Hello,
alaikum.
sir. Walaikum assalam.
Welcome to this session, and once again, thank you for sparing your special time and giving us special advice related to real estate market in UAE, where how we can buy and how we can sell and purchase commercial and other properties. So before we go to that, I would like if you can just tell little about yourself. What is your current activities as a professional and as a hobby, and then little detail about the role of VP Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Liaquat, for giving me a chance to be live with you and the others. I'm Muhammad Zahid Mukhtar, and I'm in UAE since 9 years, and I'm working as a financial controller. And in the meantime, I'm also working as a realtor. So it's my passion to work for the real estate. So also along that, I'm VP membership of the CMA Toastmasters Club UAE, which is registered with CMA International. This is my short introduction.
So, if we talk about the Toastmaster, can you tell us a little bit about Toastmaster? What is this Toastmasters?
Yeah, Toastmaster basically founded by Smithley, an American, and basically the purpose of this club is to enhance your communication skills, where you can come and you can make mistakes very safely, because we are here to rectify your mistakes and we are also here to learn from you. This is a place where leaders are made by communication skills enhancement. How we give the chance to listen you, we give the chance to listen us, and in the meantime we give different courses, different speeches, even evaluation, the timings, the counter. So these are very interesting roles when someone passes one by one role, so he very well understand how he have to communicate. Suppose there when we are speaking there are many asks, when we are speaking there are many breaks. So in modern way, English is the main international language, and if you are fluent in English and well communicatable in English, so you are good in the job, you are good in the presentation, and everywhere the English speaking skills counts. So if you join the CMA Toastmaster Club or any other Toastmaster Club, you can enhance your communication skill. Even if you can't speak in front of anyone, even if you can't speak even in front of yourself, come here with us. Inshallah, we will give you such training and we will inshallah polish your skills, that once you are experienced guy of this CMA Toastmaster clubs, you will be able to communicate with the CEOs, you will be able to communicate with the leaders, and so on.
Excellent, excellent. So, in other word or in simple word, if I say the Toastmaster is basically public speaking skills enhancement platform, and it improves your communication skills. Plus, it improves your social networking also with the other leaders, we can say, because the tagline of Toastmaster is, I think, where leaders are born, something like that. So, thanks, Muhammad Zahid, for telling little bit about the Toastmasters. And before we ask the question about the specific role, what is the role of VP membership? I would like to have just few comments from the audience. So there is one comment from Mr. Nas, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And the other one is saying, please provide the website. So I don't know exactly which website he is talking about. So if he is talking about Nawaf's website, Nawaf's website is www.navafiz.com. And if he's talking about Toastmaster website, so Zahid bhai, if you can help with the relevant website where they can get the information about Toastmasters.
Yeah, they can simply join toastmasters.org, or they can contact with us so we can guide them how to check this website and how to go through about the matter of this Toastmaster Club.
Right. So he was specifically asking about the Toastmaster website, and Zahid bhai has replied already. So, Mr. Zahid, if we talk about the role of VP membership specifically, which is your role, so how it works? What are the responsibilities of this role?
Basically, as the name is self-explanatory, that I'm vice president for the membership issues. So we every time invite people to be a part of our Toastmaster Club. First of all, we invite the interested persons as a guest, and once they have a good experience, 2 3 different meetings, they go through that how educatable it is and how beneficial is for them, so they are likely to join our Toastmaster Club. Also, we organize different meetings, and we communicate through different advertisement channels that this is our club and this is the purpose. And same like others, we also invited you, also you remember that we ask people to join us to check the eligibility and to check the other terms how they can join us. And in the meantime, obviously, when someone comes to check how the Toastmaster Club is working, they definitely join us. So
Right.
basically, my role is to bring new members and to take into account the problems or any issues of the existing members as well.
Right, excellent, excellent. Now we come to our main topic related to real estate. So, as you know, in the Toastmaster, in every session we have different topics, and speakers prepare their topics, and then they uh, perform their speeches on that, or you can say they do research, and then they so Zahid has done one research on the real estate topics, and he has some expertise also with relevant to that. So we have specially invited for this session. So Mr. Zahid, if you can tell us about the overall real estate market situation in UAE, and then plus how is the buying and renting and other activities work in UAE?
I will explain about the real estate market in a very simple sentence, that after the life is the first one. After the life, real estate product is the most precious item in the world. The most precious product in the world is the real estate, where you have to spend all your spendings or lot of funds to buy a property, either in your own country, either in some European side, or either in the UAE. So everybody is too much concerned about spending here, and they put a lot of care in choosing the property, in choosing the developers through different agents. So this was my passion to join the real estate company, as it's my family business as well in Pakistan. But here it was by accident that I came across some friends who were working for the real estate. So they generated a very good passion for me to be a part of the real estate work as well. So about the real estate, I would highlight a few items and few things in the UAE market basically. So we can define the real estate property in the UAE, the property which cannot be moved and which is related to the land or some structure on the land is basically called the real estate. It's an immovable property. It's not a property like a car. It's not a property like diamonds. It's the real estate means simple land or something built on that land or the improvements. About the real estate, I will explain that you can own it or you can rent it. There are two different ways in the UAE. So there are different techniques, different rules, how you need to buy, what things you need to check before buying, and what things you need to check before you are renting. So, in UAE, 90% or at least 85% population of the UAE is the expats. Most of expats, they think they cannot buy the property, or some people think they don't have the enough money to buy the property. So this logic is not wrong, but in the modern real estate criteria, the different offers by the developers, they have changed the mind. But let's first focus on the real estate rental properties. That, for example, in Abu Dhabi, you want to rent a two-bedroom flat. So you need to check various things. There are two or three main big portals from where you can get all the property information, like Property Finder, Bayut, and Dubizzle. You want to rent a two-bedroom flat, you can use any of these three, and all the properties will be available in these portals. After that, you can go and check your related property. So few questions you have to make before going into the contract, that what kind of AC is there, because it matters a lot. Because if you are buying a property which is very cheaper but the AC is split, so you will bear a lot of electricity cost, so no benefit. If it's a chiller and the price is good, so you can go for it. And secondly, you can check, is there any yearly charges other than the rent, or how the is the maintenance service good. If there is a property management company who is looking after the property, it's best for you because they really look after. Otherwise, if it's direct from the owner, the local, it depends upon their habit. If they are good, you will be in comfort. If they are not good, they just need the money, then you need to take care of the maintenance yourself. About
Yeah,
the
this
other
is
things,
especially the question related to the AC. Is it paid by the owner, or is it paid by the
yeah,
person who is taking on rent? This is very important because one of my friend recently is suffering with this issue, and he said that he has to pay heavy bill amount in electricity bill every month. So can you highlight this a bit more, that if we are going to rent a flat in UAE, I think in Dubai and Abu Dhabi there are some differences in the market situation or relevant situation. But if you can just highlight a little bit more on this, that before we rent such flat, what are the important question we need to ask, especially related to the air condition?
yeah, thank you for giving me more time to emphasize on this issue. Normally, there are two types of ACs. One is split AC and one is central AC. And also in central AC, there are two categories. One is chiller. If there is a chiller is on the top of the building, and it's normally run by the owner, because there is only one chiller and it's supplying the cooling to all the flats. And the other thing is, there is the central AC, but it's a split central AC, that you have your outlets outdoors on the top of the building, but you are paying this from your own pocket, because they are consuming electricity from your own flat. But if it's a chiller and it's on the owner, and if it's on the owner, then it's at the discretion of the owner, that is he charging you monthly for the chiller fee or not. Most of the cases, they are not charging separately. If he is not charging separately, then you are in the heaven, that you will have a very little electricity bill. But if it's in the case of split AC, or there is a duct, but it's with backed by a split AC, then you will bear a lot of electricity cost. This is the main reason, the main difference between the chiller and the split AC.
Right, right. Uh, and now, if we talk about because there are multiple scenarios, if if we are looking from the bachelor's perspectives, so a person who is a job seeker or who is coming for job hunt in UAE, and in the beginning he has to live on you can say bed space or a small uh, budget accommodation. How do you advise him how he should proceed, and what are the important things which he need to take care while looking for the low budget accommodation?
Yeah. In the market there are many people who have made the partitions in the flats and who are providing also the bed spaces, and one I am one of them. I have three flats. I have cut it into the partitions. I have make small cubicles, and if somebody want to rent out of it, like even I'm renting in 800 dirhams per month, a separate room with the bed and with the small cupboard. And there are many like me who are dealing like this, and also there are bed spaces. If somebody want to rent it, there is a very simple way. One way is to contact me. This is just for fun, but normally I'm not working for all the areas. I have few flats in Musafa Shabi Abu Dhabi area. Marketplace in the Facebook is the best place to find the bed space or to find the small livings.
Right, excellent. I think from this point of view, hopefully, the low budget accommodation problem, at least you are playing a role in providing as a solution provider in Abu Dhabi. So, if somebody is looking for accommodation, we will provide the contact of Mr. Zahid Mukhtar in the comment section of this video. So hopefully, Mr. Zahid can help the job seekers in the accommodation situation.
Yeah, sure, I
Uh,
would help them. Yeah.
right. Thank you. Thank you. And moving on to our topic, if we talk about from the investment point of view, uh, if I talk that what are the risk factors involved, or what are the difficulties and what are the opportunities, even if we go, let's say, SWOT analysis of this activity. So what are the opportunities and what are the threats?
Okay, look, there are two kinds of investment. One kind of investment is you buy the property, you own it, and you lease it or you reside yourself. The other kind of investment is that you take any villa or any building or any flat on the rent, pay rent to the owner, and just cut the property into the pieces and sublet it. So the main issue, which is risk, which is involved in second kind of subletting, is that sometimes if somebody will complain that we are having the issue or the partitions are not properly made, so you may have a fine imposition from the Baladia side. But mostly, Baladia knows that in every street, everywhere, this is the thing which is going on. They don't disturb. If somebody complain, then they interfere. Otherwise, normally they don't interfere. So you can invest with the small money and you can earn good handsome profit if you will just rent some flat or you rent some villa and cut it into pieces, because normally two or three payments are available everywhere per year, and you just need to pay only one third or one fourth of the total rent of the flat or total cost price of the villa, rent of the villa, and you just start making the partitions and just rent it out. Within few months you can have the return of your investment. Return, I mean return, not the return on investment, return of your investment, that what you have invested, you will reap it back, and then you will enjoy all over the year the benefits. So it rate of return is even more than 50%. Suppose I have taken few flats, I am working on it like only from the 20,000, and the cost of the flat is like 45,000, and for the year analysis I thought it's maybe more than 65,000 turnover. So there is a huge difference. Maybe more than 20,000 per year I uh, earn from only 20,000. It means double. And if we go for the investment point of view, I think in UAE it's very safe to do the investment. If you are directly going into the office of the developer, not in the office of the real estate company, then you are in the safe hands. And to avoid the risk of drowning your investment, every property, either it's in Dubai, either it's in Abu Dhabi, they are definitely registered with government. For example, if the municipality and the government of Abu Dhabi will not allow, they cannot even make any change into the piece of the land. So they have to taken all the approvals, and after taking that approval, they can start the project. And you are in safe hands. You can take the property reference number from the developer, and you can even check in the municipality, are they real or they are fake. So you can easily start investment. And secondly, they now most of the developers, they now use the escrow account unit strategy, that the money is in the safe hands, not in the hand of the developers, and even not in the hands of yourself. It's there is a set aside account, it's in the hands of the municipality, that you invest and you will be paying all your installments in that account until the property is fully hand over to you. The developer cannot claim that money, and even you cannot get the refund for that if you are the default. So this is the beauty of the new real estate strategy on the one hand. On the other hand, yeah, you have any question until now, so we can before
It's
going.
going, it's going great. You have explained many points, especially related to, uh, you can say, low budget investment, or even for some people it might be high budget still, but we can consider it, instead of buying the full flat or even full building. It's a kind of meanwhile, Mr. Kamar Malik has joined us. So I would like to welcome Mr. Kamar Malik on the stage. Welcome, Kamar Malik.
Thank you very much, Mr. Liaquat, and thank you very much, Mr. Zahid. How do you do?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you.
So, Mr. Kamar, I hope you have listened a little bit about the real estate point of view of Mr. Zahid. So, before I asked you that if you have any question related to that, we have some. In the beginning, we had discussed a little bit about Toastmaster, and we have one question from the audience, from the Toastmaster, that uh, Mr. His name display is Nas. I don't know what is the exact name. If he can tell exact name, maybe we can recognize. But his question is: you have similar facility in Abu Dhabi. He's talking about the Toastmasters. So I would like Mr. Kamal Malik to answer on that. That if Mr. Nas wants to join the Toastmaster activities in Abu Dhabi, what are the uh, what is the way or how he can proceed and to whom he should contact?
Yeah, actually, honestly, Mr. Zahid is the right person to contact. He is currently the our VP membership, who is helping the people to get membership of CMA Toastmaster Club. CMA Toastmaster Club is operating in Abu Dhabi, and we are conducting meeting also in Musaffa. But there are several other clubs also. If you want to join Toastmasters in Abu Dhabi, there are other clubs also, like Abu Dhabi Toastmaster Club. There is Intilaka Toastmaster Club with that knock. Then there is Fab Toastmaster Club. Then NMC Toastmaster Club. So there are some corporate clubs. Meanwhile, there are some community level club. CMA Toastmaster is one of the community club, which is available for every member whosoever want to join. Welcome to join this CMA Toastmasters Club, and it's a safe place to make mistake, and it's a great platform. It's a platform where leaders are made. So we encourage everyone to join CMA Toastmaster Club because it's really a wonderful. It's really helping people to enrich and to develop their communication and leadership skills.
Excellent. And when you say is a safe place to make mistake, basically this line connects because the biggest fear in the world is public speaking. So people are afraid to talk. So because they are afraid that other people will laugh at them, or they will say you are making this mistake or that mistake. But this is a place where you can come and make mistakes, and you will not be degraded, or you will not be judged based on your mistakes or something like that, we can say. So because you will be playing different role by yourself also.
Yes.
Next, we have a comment from the Talk Club with Fiza. She's saying informative session. Thank you, Fiza. We were expecting you to join this live session also, but I think some communication issue has that happened. If you can join again, please, most welcome. Then one request for Mr. Nas, please do provide Mr. Zahid the email. Many thanks. So this is one request. I hope if Mr. Zahid will allow, we will share it in the comment
Yes, please.
section of this video.
Definitely, you can share my email with them.
Right. So moving back to our main topic of the real estate. If we talk about, you have explained partition and low budget accommodation also, and then we also discussed about the family accommodation, where you have to consider the points, especially related to chiller and other budgets. uh, in your experience, because you are into many things, is there anything which you faced, or you can say lesson learned or something, which you would like to share if somebody is thinking that he should start a, we can call it a bed space business, or we can give it another, any other name to it. What is your lesson learned?
Yeah, if somebody want to take the risk, most welcome, because it's the most riskier job. If there are six beds and even if one is not there, one is unfilled, so your profit is very marginal, or even you are at the break even. And sometimes if the two are not there, so you have to put a big role in getting all the bed spaces occupied. So if somebody want to start the business, it's a good thing. But what I will suggest, that don't make all the rooms into the bed spaces. Just make some small partitions. Some executive bachelor, they don't want to live like in the bed spaces for five or even four persons. But some, if you have provided single bed and make some small cubicle, and you are just asking him from only 900 or 1000, even the people are very good, they are in the good job, they can pay, so they would like to go towards that partition instead of living in a common accommodation. So, or some people, they want to save the money in 600, they want simply the bed space where there is a clean and a good space. So they, you should have a mixture of these two.
Right, excellent. So, Mr. Kamar, meanwhile, if you have any question, please, related to real estate, please feel free to ask, or you would like to add any points.
Now, I just would like to ask, maybe Zahid have already answered this question. I just want to ask from a client perspective that if you are looking for a house, in especially in Abu Dhabi, for renting, for example, if I want to shift and if I want to move, what should I look for before renting this house? What are the parameters which I should consider?
Yeah, as I explained it earlier, but briefly I will explain it again. When you are taking a house, for example, you are going to take any house in the Shabia, you will see how far it is from the schools. Is it closer to the park? Is it closer to the grocery shop? Is it closer to the bus stands? Or there are not naughty people living? So you have to think and see a lot of things about that. And your real estate agent, he can definitely help you in finding your kind of property you're looking for.
Right. So now, if we go to the higher level, so if somebody wants to buy the property, or for example, he want to own a land in UAE, what are the chances and what are the parameters and what are the risk factors?
Look, with the perspective of an expat, there are very limited slots, limited areas where you can own and buy a property in Abu Dhabi. But there are many, and most of the areas in Dubai they are freehold, and you can buy a property over there. From its perspective, it's better to buy a flat instead of buying a plot of or land, because it will be too costly for you, and to build on it it will take a lot of time. So why not you buy a bit of property, like a flat, one bedroom or two bedroom flat. Now the developers, they are also very intelligent. They know you are paying the rent, and they will not sell all their property if they will go and take full cash from the customers. So what they are now offering, they are offering, okay, what you are paying the rent, give that money to us, pay just 20% down payment and pay 1% monthly. But in most of Abu Dhabi, the post handover plans are very few. But if you will go in Dubai or Sharjah or Ajman, you will have lot of plans. Property is ready to move. Just pay 20%, move in the property, and instead of paying the rent, you pay the amount money to the developer and be an owner. You want to rent it, earn the money and paying the monthly installments, it's up to you. Or if you want to live in that flat, it's up to you. After a few years you will be the ultimate 100% owner for this property. And even I can highlight you, if you go other than Dubai and Dubai and Abu Dhabi, I have few tips. I have few properties which I know, which are very cheap in price, like two-bedroom apartment. You can even buy less than 400,000. And will you believe me, you need to pay only 5% of the payment as a down payment of the total price. The property is ready to move, and there is 7 years installment plan. You can pay quarterly or you can pay monthly, which is very low, even less than the market rent price. So how the developers are dealing, how they're offering you, there are good chances of being an owner for the property. People are even buying two or three flats there, one for them, one for their family, one for the daughter. And even I think 10,000, 15,000 down payment everybody can make.
Right, excellent. So moving towards the end of session, I would like you to highlight if there is any important thing which I missed. If you can point a light on that, and then your closing remarks, and then we will end up this session.
Yeah, I have one thing in mind. When you are going to take an apartment inside the villa, please take care, don't pay money to the person inside that villa if he is not a local owner. Because in the market there are many fake persons, especially in Abu Dhabi. Once you are there, sometimes they say, from the owner side, I am looking after this property, pay rent to me. And after taking rent, he will run away. So please take care. Every time go into the office or to the landlord house to sign the contract, or you should see the owner yourself. Don't trust only on the brokers, please.
Right, and by this point, I just remember one question, which is normally the requirement after you buy the flat or after you take the flat on rent, that the totik and other required documents. If you buy, go to the villa or you go to a partition, then you might be not able to get those documents. And what are the consequences if you are not able to get the totik properly, and then you are not able to get the parking slot in your designated area? If you can just put a light on that.
Yeah, most of the time, if there is a property which is without Toti, so you have a risk, definitely, that sometimes there is a chance that there are too many cars parked outside of the villa, and your neighbor or your own somebody can complain to the municipality, and they will close this property, and owner may not refund you the money due to the fine. And sometimes you might have the problem in the family visas, because if you are sponsoring your family, you must have the tawti. So once you are taking the property in the flat, there are very rare chances that you will get proper tawti. And if you are getting the proper tawti in villas, in most of the areas in Abu Dhabi, you can get tawti, and water electricity should be under your name. And if you are taking the property specifically in Muhammad bin Zayed city or Khalifa city area, so you will not get tawtiq. And even in most of the cases, you need tawtiq for the work also. If your company is giving you the housing allowance, they definitely will require the tawtiq. So once you are entering into the contract, you must ask the question to the landlord or to the caretaker that shall they give you a tawtiq legal tenancy contract or not. In Dubai, it's called ijari. In Abu Dhabi, it's called tawtiq.
Right. And one comment for please do, this is done. If there's a question, if we pay monthly, we pay interest on it. I think he is talking about the example which you said about that you can get property on a monthly basis. Is that involving interest or no, without interest? I think this is the question.
Very interesting question. There are two types of installments. One is that the developer is allowing you the installments. If the developer is allowing you the installment plan, then everything is inclusive of the price. So you cannot check if it's interest or not. So just you feel in your mind a peace of mind that you are not paying the interest, because everything is included in the price, and this is halal. But if you are taking this installment plan or housing allowance from the bank, like their banks are allowing the mortgage, you pay just 20% of the property, and all the developers, they're giving the facility that if you want to pay through the bank, so you will pay 20% as a down payment. The project is under the completion. Once it's completed and the property is being handed over to you, 80% payment the bank will pay on behalf of you, and you will be paying the installment to the bank along with the interest. Yeah, in that case the interest element is there. But if you are paying directly to the developer, there is no interest in that.
Right, right. So I think it was very informative session, and it was
I
really great to.
invited Mr. or Mrs. Nas to be a part of this session.
Right, thank you. So, Mr. Zaid, if before we end up the session, I would like if you have a closing remarks and plus your main advice for our audience.
Yes, one thing is that in my mind, that once you are living in the house, so you should, if you are a child, you should obey your parents. If you are a man, you should obey the Allah, or whatever you assume your God is to be. You should obey that, and that's all. Otherwise, if you are doing a job here, or you plan to do the job, you want to do the business, please join this CMA Toastmaster Club. There is no big fees. This is a non-profit organization. I will tell you, this is a non-profit organization. We don't earn out of it. We earn what is your duas and the blessing from the Allah. That once you will come here, we will do khidmah for you. That you will be spending time with us, learning from us. Even we are learning from you people. And once you are a good manager, you are a good speaker, so this is the fruit of that club. And I would like to take part, because many of us sitting in the home, sitting in the jobs, they are very good performer. They can make the balance sheet, they can perform the engineering work, but if they don't have the good skills to present their balance sheet, to present their engineering work, they will not be promoted as earlier as if they are a good communicator.
Right, excellent, excellent. So this is the key point basically what plays role in you. If you will see in your office, some of your colleagues are getting promoted and some of your colleagues are not getting promoted. And you might be thinking that I am working very hard. I am working more than this guy, but why I am not being promoted? So the other people they use some bad languages and other kind of things, but the actual thing is the communication skill. They express what they are doing and the other people know what they are doing, But if you are working under the cover and your work is not being highlighted or not being communicated, or in other word, you say your visibility is not as high as it should be, then it becomes difficult for managers to see your performance, or in other word, you can say hidden performance. Sometimes you are a good performer, but you are not a good communicator, and that plays a role in it makes difficult for management to recognize you, to understand your true worth, we can say. So you should work hard, but in parallel you should communicate also that your hard work should be visible to others also. So this is the point. So once again, thank you, Zahid Mukhtar, for this special session. And I would request, just if you can put your contact details and email in the comment section of this YouTube, so people will can contact you related to Toastmasters also, and related to real estate advice also. Plus, if somebody is looking for accommodation also, so hope it will help everyone. And to viewers, once again, thank you very much. Take care, and Allah Hafiz.